Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about some explosive words from Vitor Roque's agent, Andre Cury. He came out in an interview and he basically said some very, damning words about Barcelona and Xavi, regarding the Vitor Roque situation. And then as well, later on in the video, we're going to be looking at even Rivaldo's words as the ex-Barcelona legend. He even had some words to say, about this whole Vitor Roque situation. But guys, before I get started in the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into it and let's look at some of Andres Curry's words in regards to Vitor Roque. And as I said, before, Andres Curry is Vitor Roque's agent, and he came out in the media in response, to all of the speculation in the media and to basically protect his player. And he said some really crazy words and quotes. But he said this about Vitor Roque. Vitor Roque will not leave Barcelona on loan. If he leaves, it will be a permanent transfer. Vitor Roque deserves more minutes. No one understands why they don't play him more. Xavi has never spoken to Vitor Roque, and I don't understand the situation. This is not right. Vitor Roque has to work harder and wait for the opportunity, but there have been many games in which he could have had these minutes and appearances, but he doesn't get minutes. Vitor Roque is clearly very excited to show his abilities. In Barcelona, there is a lot of journalists that say illogical things, give bad numbers, and say things that are not true. All this does not help. Look what happened to Vinicius at Real Madrid. It took him 2.5 seasons to start playing while he was there. Here in Barcelona, in 2 months, chaos is created and people want to kill Vitor Roque instead of help. If Barcelona does not give Vitor Roque a chance, we will have to talk to the club to find a solution. Sending him out on loan may harm him. His career could be in great danger if he is loaned out. The best thing for Vitor Roque is to stay at Barcelona, but if that's not possible, we will work for him to leave permanently. Vitor Roque and I chose to join Barcelona with less than half the offers made by other clubs. We are happy in Barcelona and we want to continue. If this is not possible, we will sit with the president and Deco to find a solution that is good for all parties. I don't understand Xavi. Xavi gave chances to Fermin, to Pau Cubarsí, to Lamine Yamal, while he didn't give any chances to Vitor Roque. Vitor Roque chose Barcelona even though we've had other options with double the salary. This is because he wanted to play for Barcelona. We will prove it, and I am sure that Vitor Roque will be a great player, and if they do not allow him, we will look for another way. And so, guys, I basically just thrown all the quotes at you from Vitor Roque, his agent, from Andre Curry. And so let's break them all down. One, Vitor Roque, he wants to stay at Barcelona. Him and his entourage, he wants to stay. Barcelona is his dream move, and he doesn't want to leave on loan. He doesn't want to leave, but if forced to, that's the only option available. Vitor Roque and his entourage, they do not want to be leaving on loan, and looking from a player perspective, that's completely understandable because how many loans have succeeded at Barcelona? Just look at Ansu Fati. Just look at all the countless Barcelona players who have gone out on loan and just haven't been able, to replicate that form or basically come back to Barcelona. I think the only player who had like a successful loan was Gerard Piqué, and Gerard Piqué is one in a million. You're not gonna have the Gerard Piqué every single generation. And looking at some of Andre Curry's words, he basically says everything that us Barcelona fans are feeling. Why isn't Vitor Roque playing in certain matches? In the games against Real Madrid, in the games against PSG, when Barcelona they sometimes need a goal, why is he not being called upon? It's understandable that maybe Xavi doesn't want to play because of the inexperience, but then why isn't he playing against Cádiz? Why isn't he playing against Mallorca? Why isn't he playing in these games where rotation is being called for? Why is Marc Guiu? Why is Ferran Torres? Why is Joao Felix being called up before Vitor Roque, a player who we spent, big money on? He's supposed to be our superstar signing, and apparently there's been no communication between Xavi and Vitor Roque. No communication whatsoever. That's absurd. I did mention that in yesterday's video, but here's Vitor Roque's agent confirming that. It's either hey they're lying or Xavi is lying, because how have they not communicated this between each other? And to those Barcelona fans that say, hey, Vitor Roque, he's not good for Barcelona. He's just not up to par. We have not seen enough of Vitor Roque to make that assumption. As Andre Curry said in regards to Vinicius Jr., Vinny Jr. he exploded onto the scenes after 2.5 seasons with Real Madrid. How can we make that mistake with Vitor Roque? Let's give him time. Let's give him the actual minutes to improve. And what's frustrating is because after looking at everything that I have said in the video, and Vitor Roque, he will his entourage and his agent, they will meet with Barcelona to discuss his future. Apparently, from the Barca's offices, nothing is going to change. The words from Vitor Roque's agent will not change anything. This will not, incentivize Xavi to give him more minutes, nor will they change the club's plans with Vitor Roque. And if, all the speculation, all the noise, and all, the drama that's being caused because of Xavi, because of Laporta, because of Deco, and their, insistence not on playing Vitor Roque, you're going to be causing a lot of problems for yourself. And Vitor Roque, at the end of the day, he's going to be having to leave, Barcelona, and I really just don't want it to come to bite us in the butt, and just sell what could be an amazing player. And the situation is getting worse and worse by the day. And on Sunday, when there's going to be the match preview, and there's going to be the press conference in which Xavi is most likely going to be asked about this Vitor Roque situation. Just more and more fire is going to be poured on the situation. And as Barcelona players, as a directive, we want to be all focusing on one direction. We don't want to be focused on any external drama, and you guys are not making it any better. And so, this whole situation, as I said, in previous video, is just frustrating. And even Rivaldo, he basically, feels the same way that we do. He says this in regards to Vitor Roque. I think Barcelona did not know how to give Vitor Roque more opportunities, and he is a good player. He has a future. From the outside, I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't know how he goes about his day in training to see if he deserved this chance. But we know what he did at his former club and the Brazilian championship he won. And not only that, we've seen in the minutes that he's playing in the striker position, and he's been given more than the 10-15 minutes, he's shown some very, very good signs. He scored 2 very good goals against Osasuna. And I believe one more in the league. I forgot against which team it was. But Vitor Roque has shown some very, very good flashes of brilliance here and there. And the thing is, he's just not being given enough chances for us to even make an assumption. Is he good or is he not? He's just not having any minutes. Like, what is it? He's being frozen out, and that's absurd. Continuing on. Rivaldo says this. Vitor Roque is very young and hasn't had the opportunities to show his skills. Sometimes that happens. He did not get opportunities, and now they believe that the player will not be useful to the club, so they will look for a departure. And the thing is, how can you make this assumption? And the thing is, there's no even communication between Vitor Roque and Xavi, because it's completely understandable if Xavi goes, hey, Vitor Roque, I'm going to sit you down here. We'll have like a 30 or an hour conversation talking about why I'm not playing you in this game, why I'm not playing you in that game, why I'm not playing you in this game. I'm actually communicating with you. But even Vitor Roque has said, in the media, I am confused. And Andre Curry said there's no communication. So Vitor Roque, he doesn't know why he's not playing in these matches. He sees Mark Yu start ahead of him, and he says, why is Mark Yu starting ahead of me? Why is Ferran Torres coming on, as a striker when I'm the backup striker? That's why I don't understand. There's no communication between Xavi and Vitor Roque. Vitor Roque has not had enough chances. They're given only a few minutes to a player who had excelled in the Brazilian league. Completely understandable. I think Barca have to sell players, make deals, strengthen themselves for next season, because this year was bad, and Real Madrid is there, champion of the league, and in the semifinals of the Champions League. This year has been a huge disappointment. And Rivaldo is hitting the nail on the head. And just what is Barcelona going to be doing now to basically bounce back and improve the season? Is it going to renew? Is it going to be to renew Sergio Roberto for one more year? Is it to bring an Eric Garcia, a player who is at best going to be a rotational center back at Barcelona? Is it to bring him back and to sell Vitor Roque Is that good sporting and business moves for Barcelona to basically challenge for all trophies next season? Xavi showed that he's a great coach, but this season, in my opinion, Xavi and Barcelona did not perform well in general. They did not win any titles, and Rivaldo, he's hitting, everything on the head, and just he's speaking so much facts. He's factos, basically, from Rivaldo, and Rivaldo, he's echoing most of our sensations and feelings that we're feeling as Barcelona fans. The season has been disappointment. We went trophyless. The overall play from Barcelona, it just wasn't good. And us Barcelona fans, we're just feeling just powerless because our club is not doing anything to improve our situation. They're looking at players that we don't need. They're looking at players that that we don't need their profiles, and the players that we do want to keep, we're looking to sell. And on top of that, we're showing levels of incompetence that are Bartomeu-esque. Why sign a player that's cost 40 million plus more if you're not going to be using him? It's just absolutely absurd. And so the Vitor Roque situation gets worse and worse by the day. And in one way or another, the situation has to be resolved because this is no way for a club to work on, especially for a club that is, aiming to be the best in the world. But guys, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that I discussed on today's video. What do you guys make of Andre Curry's words, in regards to the Vitor Roque situation, and as well, what do you guys make of Rivaldo's words in regards to Xavi and Barcelona? Are you in agreement with them? Do you think it was the right thing for them to come out into the media? But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me, and as always, catch you guys all in the next video.